Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. It's 412-575-2600. If you would like to call us with your opinions, go ahead and do so. You can also tweet it at KDPomp, at Ron Cook PG. And we found out tonight, late actually in the day, it was early evening, that Game 1 would in fact be on Thursday. I thought the longer it went, it would suggest it would be over the weekend. Instead, it's going to be Thursday, 7 p.m., Game 1. That's all we know of this series so far. Game 2 will be one of those two weekend days, depending on what happens tomorrow in Game 7 between Boston and Toronto. So we'll break it down and talk about it, but let's bring in Ron Cook, 93.7 The Fan, Cook and Pony Show, and of course columnist with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And Ron, you just wrote about this series and how nasty it's been. And over the years it has been some of the more nastier moments.
Yeah, these last two playoff years, Bob, I mean, I think the Capitals are a bigger rival than the Flyers even for the Penguins. You know, last year you had Niskanen taking out Crosby in Game 3. Sid missed Game 4. Somehow the Penguins still won it. The year before, you had Orpik taking out Mata. He got a 3-game suspension. Mata missed 3 games. That same series, Letang had a high hit on Johansson. He got suspended for a game. And then, of course, the April 1st game, the last one they played this year, was the incident at the end of the game where Malkin took Oshie's stick and threw it into the Capitals bench. Oshie took offense to it. Kuznetsov and Malkin started yelling at each other in Russian. Malkin got thrown out. Mark Recchi got thrown out. So you have two former teammates hurting another former teammate, and then two Russian countrymen going at each other. It's going to be a phenomenal series. I'm really looking forward to it. I always love Penguins Capitals.
And I think it's going to be a long series as well. When you think about this one, they've been close games over the years, and I would expect the same here. Power plays could be of major concern for both teams. Who does better there? Goaltending. And I got to believe, Ron, the goaltending, the check mark right now for me would be Matt Murray, even though he did not have his best Game 6 the other night in Philadelphia, but he did rebound after Mike Sullivan toyed with the idea of taking him out and deferred to his gut instead, and his gut said keep him in, and he responded well. But Braden Holtby has been good in the Columbus series, but before that had been so bad he lost his job. So which one of these Holtbys do you think we're going to see?
That's the million-dollar question. All the national experts, a lot of them were picking Washington. I heard Keith Jones, who's always on our radio show, and I think he's tremendous. He thinks Holtby's playing a chip on his shoulder. He got benched for Grubauer late in the year. He got the job back. He thinks he's playing good right now, and he's picking Washington to win the series. He goes, I never thought I'd say that, picking him against the Penguins. The Penguins have won 7 in a row, 9 of 10. Every year they've won the Cup, they've beaten Washington. They're going to have to do it again if they're going to have a chance to three-peat.
But at some point, Washington's going to win a series, just the way it goes. It's not going to go on forever like this, and we'll see. What about this Game 7 tomorrow, Ron? We got Toronto after a nice win at home against Boston. Boston's back at the TD Garden where they play very well. I like Boston to win this game. I think their experience will dictate.
Yeah, they're the better team, but I like the way Toronto played last night. I thought they were much the better team last night. I'm with you. I think Boston has the better team. Frederik Andersen, though, was so good in goal for Toronto last night. Would probably help the Penguins a little bit down the road. If it is Toronto getting rid of Boston, then you got Toronto and Tampa, and the Penguins would get that winner, providing, I'm not getting ahead of myself, providing they beat Washington.
We'll find out how that goes. The other series out west will also begin on Thursday, one of them anyway, San Jose, Vegas, 10 o'clock after the Penguin game, and then Nashville and Winnipeg. That'll be an Eastern time of 8 o'clock on Friday night. All right, we'll take a break and get your calls, 412-575-2600. We'll talk about the NFL draft when we come back. Also, the Pirates rained out after making Ron sit over there for a long period of time.
4 hours I was over there.
We'll get your calls when we come back. You're watching the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call right here on Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, putting new roofs on Pittsburgh homes for over 25 years. Call Ireland Contracting at 1-800-NEW-ROOF.